Hey guys, I'm Karen Utley, and I was asked to come into this group and share with you my tips about hitting Success Club consistently. A little back history about me as I enrolled as a coach about 5 years ago. I had told the couple of coaches that were chatting with me about it no, multiple times. And I finally said yes after probably 7 or 8 months of them, kind of inviting me and continuing to think that I would be someone great on the team. I kind of reluctantly said yes. I had never tried Shakeology, and I just didn't think I had time. So when I finally said yes to join this challenge group they were inviting me to for Les Mills Combat, I was in it for the discount because if I was going to do the thing, I was at least not going to pay full price. And I'd maybe dabble in this business side. Well, when I first got my welcome email and kind of heard about if I hit Success Club in my first 3 months, then I earned a free ticket to Summit. What was Summit? I didn't know. So I reached out to my coach and she said it was in Vegas. Well, that's really all she had to tell me is I had never been there. So I was like, I don't care what it is. I want to go to Vegas. So what do I have to do? Well, then I found out I could work out live with Chalene Johnson and Pio was about to come out and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you name it, I wanted to go. So with all of that, when they told me, well, I have to help at least 3 people get enrolled with the challenge pack, because back then, that's all it was. There wasn't beach bars and performance lines and things like that. It was challenge packs for points, and that was it. And so to think now that you have so many other options, which I can kind of maybe get into a little bit later, I don't want to say that it's easier, but at the same time, I feel like it's so much easier for us to hit Success Club now because we have so many more tools in our toolbox to help people. But anyway, so for those of you who are watching that are reward driven, I'll do anything to get that stinking tank top, or if it's a gym bag or whatever it is, I want it and I want to be able to say that I got it. And so I would urge you, if you are the same way, to get the prize, get the tank top. I mean, even if it's this piddly little bobblehead doll, they look cool in my office sitting there on all my stuff because, who has bobblehead dolls of all of our trainers? If you hit Success Club, you do. And that's cool to me. So I know that I might be a little different than others and that a bobblehead doll excites me. And so I'm going to invite 10 more people so that I can get the bobblehead. But it is something that works for me. I'm reward driven. And so I was going to do what it takes. Now with that, I had enrolled and I was a couple months into the business. And actually I should say, let me rewind. I hit Success Club my first 3 months and I earned that ticket to Summit. But it was I think month 2 or 3 that Julie was gonna run a push to diamond group. And at that time, Julie intimidated me. She still kind of does a little bit. So if you're watching, that's the truth. She was super successful and all of that and was like, okay, here I have this amazing leader of a coach that's gonna be leading this group. And it was almost like me being back in basketball again, where I don't coach the way that I need coached. When I coached basketball, I realized I wasn't that in-your-face type of person, but in order for me to succeed, I needed an in-your-face type of person, get across the line, run the suicide, or the whole team's gonna do it. I don't care if you throw up, we're going again. I needed that type of coach. So Julie is that type of coach. And so here I was in this group and it was if she said invite 10 people and post a list of the names of people you invited by tonight or you're kicked out of the group, well, then I invited 10 people and I posted my picture. If it was watch this video and comment below with your thoughts, then I watched the video and I commented below with my thoughts. So that was back in the day when we had this Coach Basics push to diamond group and, I was kind of waiting for the task for the day. But I kind of realized, and fast forward 5 years, I've realized that I have this impatient, tenacious attitude about myself. And that's what I try to instill in all of my coaches. And hopefully those of you who are watching today, if you're a newer coach, there's gotta be some of that self-motivation tenacity that you find where you're it's non-negotiable. I'm hitting Success Club. And so if I invited 10 people today, and my coach said, well, if I invite 10 people, maybe one of them will say yes, but you still got 10 no's, that doesn't mean that like you shut down and you're like, well, it just didn't work for me. No, that means the next day you go invite 10 more people. And if those 10 people said no, then you keep inviting the people until 3 say yes, right? And so you have to have some of that like tenacity and tenacious spirit. And so there's been super great leaders that are posting videos and posting files and documents and everything in this group for you to succeed. But if you have a question or you want to know more before we make a post in this group, then go Google it. On my team, we say GTS, which means Google that shit. We say GTS, or post in the team page, or ask the message thread. You know, YouTube has every answer out there. And so taking it upon yourself to do the work. I don't really have this magic answer of how I've hit Success Club for 62 months in a row. Which, side note, when I made it to that first summit, I remember seeing like Julie's name up there with some other coaches that I knew, and it was like in the 60s and 70s that they had hit Success Club consistently, consecutively, and I thought, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. There's no way. I was like sitting at month like 5 or 6 at that point and thought, wow, like, whoa, how do they do that? How do they do that is that consistently you do the vital behaviors. And my husband, he's like, you just need to tell them, because I was trying to kind of like, what should I say? Like, what are the things that you see me do? And he's like, you just need to tell them that they got to dig and dig and dig and like work hard, invite, keep inviting. Like every single day, I'm consistently filling out the bat. I'm consistently following up with people. You know, Google Streak wasn't always around, but now I'm in Google Streak and I'm tracking who I'm talking to. But the main thing is that you just have to like get over those fears. Who cares if you're talking like this on social media and you don't really have, good intonation? Go live and do it anyway. Because when you watch it back and you realize that you don't have good intonation and maybe your face should have maybe put a little bit more expression into it, you would never know that you should change some of those things until you have actually watched yourself do it. You gotta do it. Who cares if no one watches it, right? You just do it again. And I see my memories all the time go through my feed, and I see some of the graphics that I posted, or I see some of the selfies that I took. And, thank goodness our phones have progressed and we have better filters and we have better lighting and stuff like that. But what it goes to show is that 5 years ago, when I see my memories pop up, I was just doing the thing. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I was posting a selfie. I was posting a workout clip. I was making a video at the time and trying to invite people to come to the group, or, putting clips together to show people modifications. Like, no one was really teaching me that. I was just doing it. And over time, consistently listening to the National Wake Up Call and hearing coaches talk about a certain app that they use, or MailChimp is how they send out their emails. I didn't like completely upheave my entire business and do things completely different every time I hear a coach speak. So I'm hoping that like, if I'm talking about Google Streak, but you use Constant Contact or you use Asana, that doesn't mean that you need to switch what you're doing. It just means to keep going with it and be consistent and be tracking. What I have tried to tell all of my new coaches is to invite, to be proof of the product, to read personal development. And now that we have this amazing tracker, is to track your stuff. And when you're not seeing success, that tracker is going to tell you why. Because if you're really good at your workout and your shake, cool. If you're really good at contributing to your challenge group, cool. All right? But more often than not, if you are not hitting Success Club, you probably have it blank where it says initiate connections and add followers. Or probably where it says invite blank people to join your group or coaching. If you're not hitting Success Club, you probably aren't checking that box. You could have all the other things checked, and that's great, but if you're not inviting people to join you, then no one knows that they can, right? So it's just having that tenacious attitude, that consistent digging mentality of, it's non-negotiable for me. I want the prize. I want to help people. I want my business to grow. I want to advance in rank. Whatever it is that motivates you, if it's a bill, if it's a vacation, if it's just getting your product covered, then find it deep down inside that no matter how many people tell you no, you're going to keep asking people, keep sending messages, keep going live, keep posting your pictures, keep texting people, keep meeting people at Starbucks to talk to them about the 2B mindset. I mean, you name it, you're going to keep doing it. And I promise you, it might not be your first month, but maybe it's your second month and your third month. And if you have that tenacious of a spirit every day, eventually that funnel is going to start just continuing to funnel into your business, because you've been talking to all these people for so long that after 2 or 3 months, or this girl took like 7 or 8 for me to finally say yes, but it was my coach consistently doing her thing and letting me watch from afar and letting me comment on things from afar. And like, she had me tell her no multiple times, but a new challenge group was going to start. She kept inviting me. And you just have to learn to be okay with that. It's nothing personal. It's not because you said the wrong words. It's not because you're an icky salesperson. We are not icky salespeople if we are genuinely reaching out and trying to help them find something that can change their life like it's changed ours. And if you genuinely lead with that heartfelt emotion, you're not being icky. You just have to get over that little hump and just do it. You just invite first. So if you are working on your bat, I challenge you to do the hard things first. Don't even worry about checking into your challenge group until you've invited people. Don't worry about responding to your likes and comments until you've invited 3 people to join your team. Do the inviting first. And then it's done, and then you can go on with some of those other things that feel more natural to you. So I don't know if that's like earth-shattering stuff, but I just feel like you got to get over yourself a little bit. You got to learn to accept the no, that no's are more than likely no, not yet. And now that we have all these tools, beach bars, Shakeology, the performance line, the 2B mindset, you have so many ways that you can help people that's eventually going to help you earn Success Club, that you got to get creative. You got to be business minded. You got to think outside the box a little bit and help your people get what they want by asking them questions, digging into where their needs are. And if Transform 20 isn't their jam, that doesn't mean that because you are all about it right now, maybe they need the 2B mindset and Shakeology. Maybe they just need the beach bars for a quick snack. That when they tell you no to your Transform 20 group, don't let no be a no. Okay, so is it because Transform 20 is just like too intense, you're not really a Shanti fan? Maybe you'd like to learn about the nutrition program that I've been rocking since last May, or that so-and-so lost 70 pounds doing. You know, would that be somewhere that you think you could start? Like, just think outside the box and keep asking them questions. And eventually you might find a tool that we have to offer that is a yes to them, okay? So I'm going to jump off here. My team knows that I can talk for hours. So I hope that helps. Be tenacious, rise up, think creatively, invite 10 more people, and if they're all no's, invite 10 more, and use the rest of this month to get yourself to Success Club, because I promise you that funnel that you will create with all those no's, February is going to rock. And then you're going to consistently keep doing that, and then your March is going to rock. And you're going to consistently keep that funnel going, and your April is going to rock, okay? So build the funnel, invite it, make it huge, and eventually they'll all just start coming in. I'm not saying that it's easier, because you've got to consistently keep digging and doing all the things, but it will feel a little bit easier because you've put in the work. Just like in our workouts, it doesn't get easier, you just get better, right? So, all right, I'm going to see you guys later. I hope that helped. If you have questions, let me know. If you felt inspired or something, at least, I can't really give me a heart because it's not a live video, but hopefully that helped. And let's make January great. See ya.